Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Relating to are used in chemistry. Chemical engineer. Material produced by are used in a reaction involving changes in atoms or molecules. Of are made from are using substances produced by are used in reactions involving atomic or molecular changes. Chemical fertilizer. Relating to are used in chemistry. Chemical engineer. Material produced by are used in a reaction involving changes in atoms or molecules. The science of matter. The branch of the natural sciences dealing with the composition of substances and their properties and reactions. The way two individuals relate to each other. Their chemistry was wrong from the beginning. They hated each other. The chemical composition and properties of a substance or object. The chemistry of soil. Artifact made by weaving or felting or knitting or crocheting natural or synthetic fibers. She measured off enough material for a dress. Having substance or capable of being treated as fact, not imaginary. Having material or physical form or substance. The tangible substance that goes into the makeup of a physical object. Coal is a hard black material. A person judged suitable for admission or employment. He was university material. Concerned with or affecting physical as distinct from intellectual or psychological well-being. Material needs. Concerned with worldly rather than spiritual interests. Material possessions. Derived from or composed of matter. The material universe. Directly relevant to a matter, especially a law case. His support made a material difference. Information, data or ideas or observations, that can be used or reworked into a finished form. The archives provided rich material for a definitive biography. Things needed for doing or making something. Writing materials. Informal terms for personal possessions. Overeat or eat immodestly, make a pig of oneself. She stuffed herself at the dinner. Fill with a stuffing while cooking. Have you stuffed the turkey yet? Senseless talk. Don't give me that stuff. Obstruct. My nose is all stuffed. The tangible substance that goes into the makeup of a physical object. Wheat is the stuff they use to make bread. Press or force. A critically important or characteristic component. Suspense is the very stuff of narrative. Cram into a cavity. The child stuffed candy into his pockets. Fill tightly with a material. Stuff a pillow with feathers. Information in some unspecified form. It was stuff I had heard before. Miscellaneous unspecified objects. The trunk was full of stuff. Treat with grease, fill, and prepare for mounting. Stuff a bearskin. Unspecified qualities required to do or be something. The stuff of heroes. Any chemical agent that destroys bacteria. Any drug that destroys bacteria or inhibits their growth. Compounds composed of 1 carbon and 4 halogen molecules. A radio wave that can be modulated in order to transmit a signal. Medicine. A person, or animal, who has some pathogen to which he is immune but who can pass it on to others. Someone whose employment involves carrying something. The bonds were transmitted by carrier. A large warship that carries planes and has a long flat deck for takeoffs and landings. A man who delivers the mail. A boy who delivers newspapers. A person or firm in the business of transporting people or goods or messages. An inactive substance that is a vehicle for a radioactive tracer of the same substance and that assists in its recovery after some chemical reaction. A rack attached to a vehicle, for carrying luggage or skis or the like. A self-propelled wheeled vehicle designed specifically to carry something. Refrigerated carriers have revolutionized the grocery business. Genetics. An organism that possesses a recessive gene whose effect is masked by a dominant allele. The associated trait is not apparent but can be passed on to offspring. Chemistry. A substance formed by chemical union of two or more elements or ingredients in definite proportion by weight. Make more intense, stronger, or more marked. Put or add together. Combine so as to form a whole. Mix. Compound the ingredients. Chemistry. A substance formed by chemical union of two or more elements or ingredients in definite proportion by weight. Composed of many distinct individuals united to form a whole or colony. An enclosure of residences and other building, especially in the Orient. A whole formed by a union of two or more elements or parts. Calculate principal and interest. Composed of more than one part. Compound leaves are composed of several lobes. Consisting of two or more substances or ingredients or elements or parts. Soap is a compound substance. Create by mixing or combining. An animal or plant that bears a relationship to another, as related by common descent or by membership in the same genus. A minor chemical constituent that gives a wine or liquor its distinctive character. A whole, a thing or person, of the same kind or category as another. Lard was also used, though its congener, butter, was more frequently employed. A chemical sprayed on fruit trees to regulate their growth so the entire crop can be harvested at one time. Liable to lead to sudden change or violence. An explosive issue. A chemical substance that undergoes a rapid chemical change, with the production of gas, on being heated or struck. Serving to explode or characterized by explosion or sudden outburst. An explosive device. Sudden and loud. An explosive laugh. Any substance such as manure or a mixture of nitrates used to make soil more fertile. Any substance such as manure or a mixture of nitrates used to make soil more fertile. Physics. The number of changes in energy flow across a given surface per unit area. Move or progress freely as if in a stream. Mix together different elements. A state of uncertainty about what should be done, usually following some important event, preceding the establishment of a new direction of action. The flux following the death of the emperor. The lines of force surrounding a permanent magnet or a moving charged particle. A flow or discharge. Become liquid or fluid when heated. A substance added to molten metals to bond with impurities that can then be readily removed. Excessive discharge of liquid from a cavity or organ, as in watery diarrhea. In constant change. His opinions are in flux. The rate of flow of energy or particles across a given surface. Perform a division. A component of a mixture that has been separated by a fractional process. A small part or item forming a piece of a whole. The quotient of two rational numbers. A chemical substance used in fumigation. A chemical agent that destroys plants or inhibits their growth. Around the middle of a scale of evaluation. Intermediate capacity. Act between parties with a view to reconciling differences. A substance formed during a chemical process before the desired product is obtained. Lying between two extremes in time or space or state. Going from sitting to standing without intermediate pushes with the hands. A chemical used to kill larval pests. A chemical used to kill pests, as rodents or insects. A chemical substance obtained from plants that is biologically active but not nutritive. Any substance such as manure or a mixture of nitrates used to make soil more fertile. The set of elements common to two or more sets. An artifact that has been created by someone or some process. They improve their product every year. Commodities offered for sale. That store offers a variety of products. A quantity obtained by multiplication. The product of 2 and 3 is 6. A chemical substance formed as a result of a chemical reaction. A product of lime and nitric acid. A consequence of someone's efforts or of a particular set of circumstances. Skill is the product of hours of practice. A chemical substance that is present at the start of a chemical reaction. A person who directs and restrains. A chemical that is added to a photographic developer in order to retard development and reduce the amount of fog on a film. A substance added to another to make it less hard. A chemical substance used to improve the structure of the soil and increase its porosity. Gypsum can be used as a soil conditioner. A device for making something stable. A chemical that is added to a solution or mixture or suspension to maintain it in a stable or unchanging state. Airfoil consisting of a device for stabilizing an aircraft.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.